Like, we're in a nice little Goldilocks zone right now, people. Like, AI is fun. The videos are silly. They're retarded. Like, we're not in the danger zone yet. It's probably going to come from
a little
wreck some stuff.
People are like, oh man, when it does hit artists like Freddie Wong, that'll be terrible. Like, fucking efficiency has hit everybody for longer than any of us have been around. 1,000 years longer than any of us have been around. No one said it's going to suck for those spear fishermen now that we have nets. But
it revolutionized.
What about the fishermen?
The fishermen didn't like. They weren't as many. The fishermen loved it.
Oh my god! And then they invented pneumatic hammers, and we needed fewer framers. And then they invented there's been things making us more efficient. And real estate agents. What the fuck do they even do anymore? I know they earn less money than they used to. Right? They take lower percentages. Travel agents. Who needs a travel agent? Right?
My whole life, I've wondered if those were even real.
Those are laundering operations, and
they go hand in hand with fucking quicksand. When
I first started working, every big company had a travel agent, like arranging your flights and hotel and shit for you.
And a website just did it all. Travelocity, Expedia, right? All those sites.
I wonder if they still do that at big corporations, but but suddenly it hits like artists and musicians, and everyone's like, "Oh, shed a tear for these guys. How horrific will it be when the artist is out of work?" That artist can suck my cock, just like the real estate agent and travel agent and spear fisherman did.
Well, the travel agents didn't. I would imagine a lot of them laterally moved into the new space as it became digital. But the issue with AI, the issue with AI compared to like a combustion engine taking the place of horses and whatnot is AI would be revolutionizing many sectors at once. And so I can see the concern there. And it will, when it does happen, it will tip quickly because there's combustion engines had been around for hundreds of years before the car, and they sucked cock. They weren't good. It was a bunch of people tinkering. I'm sorry. They were stinky, and they slowly they get a little better every year. Still not worth anything, but I don't remember where I saw this or who quoted it, but like the time it took the engine to get up to speed was a while over the centuries, but the time it takes for the engine to be better than the horse is rapid and sudden. It gets to that point, and that's why between 1930 and 1950, 97% of horses in the U.S. were gone. They didn't breed them anymore.
Right. So this is why the Santi wanted to take us out in the three-body problem. We were advancing too quickly.
And
but
so
like Taylor said, it happens really slowly and then all at once.
Yep. Right? Yeah. So that'll be how it goes.
I see art as different than goods and services, though. That's what I'm more concerned about. I think that you need those artists doing art, and I think that's just a cultural enrichment, and that could be. I don't want that replaced by an input on a keyboard. I'm fine with, and I understand what you're talking about. Like there used to be typist pools in every accounting firm, every advertising firm. There'd literally be a room just full of ladies. Chip, 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 ching, chip, 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 chip. That's all gone. That's never coming back. That's been replaced 8 different times by 8 different iterations of keyboards, computers, and Xerox machines. But still, I don't want all of the art to be replaced by those inputs because I don't know how it evolves. If it's better, right? We're not talking about replacing cheaper anything without consumer choice. Well, I think that they're happy to be 90% as good for 10% the cost.
Yep. And even they would be happy being 50% as good for 10% the cost.
And after a generation of eating that shit, it'll taste good. The people won't remember what could be. And I worry about that. And these are valid points.
I tend to have faith in people choosing what they want.
People are retarded.
Unless they want it more. Taylor makes a good counterpoint too.
Yeah. Now, isn't it weird how you can look back at your time on the internet or at least now, with AI, I'll see stuff and I'll be like, this shit would have had me in 2012. Yes. I would have been watching this and being like, oh, that's true. I didn't even know sharks with 2 mouths existed.
Dude, the internet and I are doing this cat and mouse thing with my bullshit detector improves and then their bullshit improves. And it's tougher and tougher. Now you get AI, it's darn near indistinguishable sometimes. OnlyFans models making millions who aren't even humans.
Yeah. The only positive, or the biggest positive, is that eventually, and I think we probably are there already, is that videos are going to come out of like, if they released a legit Epstein Island video of some guy being fucked up with an underage girl, they could at this point be like, that is AI. And you'd have to be like, fuck, is it? Like, is that AI? Especially because
we're not too far away from that, honestly. Like, just the plausible deniability of AI existing will make any and all crimes that, not like real crimes, but like the social crimes that get people canceled and shit. Like I was cheating on my wife or something. Nope, that's Sora AI. You can't believe everything that you see on the internet these days.
Yeah. Yeah, that does seem what it's like. And I can't imagine that the Epstein Island cameras were 4K. And if you've seen AI videos, it masters like low resolution, like worse videos more easily. Like it's really, really good at doorbell stuff. It's like old camcorder stuff because there's just less to define. And so that's probably the kind of video they would be on anyway.
Oh my God.
Some guy being, I didn't even want to say a name to accuse, but like, they could just lie about it at this point.
If you could go back to 1985 with Sora and a laptop and the converter to like put it on a VHS tape, once you created your blackmail, you could you could rule the world. You'd have a video of Jimmy Carter blowing the Shah of Iran in 5 minutes.
Breaking news: Jimmy Carter beheads the Shah of Iran and then grows to 1,000 feet, walking across the earth.
Soviets would launch missiles. Maybe like it's go time.
Where he jumped cleanly into space. Like just that's what they would do. It would be wild. Thank God for that Sora watermark. But some of those, like, dude, especially the Ring doorbell, that weird warped fisheye perspective, like. You can tell when it becomes AI because like it's almost like clipping through objects. That people will still clip through objects, but like you'll look at it and while the person's like walking up to the door, it's like, this looks totally normal. And then something will happen that makes it obvious. But that's what, but just a year, 2.5 years ago, they were doing Will Smith eating spaghetti and it looked absurd. And now it's like hyper.
That is never true though, right? They're like, look, this is how bad CGI used to be. I mean, I saw Endgame. Like it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as Will Smith eating spaghetti.
He means the AI video.
The AI part. Yeah.
Because they asked the AI
about Endgame.
Oh, I don't know what AI. Endgame would be CGI, right?
Yeah,
I guess, but I'm talking about like the state of fake videos, and I mean,
they're talking about specifically prompt-driven AI generation,
where you can say like, "Show me Lindsey Graham doing XYZ," and then it will grab a realistic version
from
of him
whole cloth, just instantly assemble it without user input at all. With Endgame, you have a team. You ever watch the full credits? I'm sure you have. It's rolling in the background. That music's great. I watched the whole thing the other day. I'm like you.
During those,
as I've gotten older, I've come to agree with you more and more that really is one of the best movies ever. Like that. I've seen it 6 or 7 times. I watched it the other day. And when Captain America grabs that fucking shield, I tear up a little, man. Or the hammer or whatever.
What a sissy. Oh, man.
But that was thousands of artists collaborating and like working together and digitally drawing stuff. Like I've seen where there'll be like a power cable that's visible and someone has to go in frame by frame and remove this power cable. And it's just hundreds of hours for multiple artists. But the prompt-driven AI stuff, it used to make Will Smith look like some sort of monster from a nightmare. And now you're like, all right, that might actually be Will Smith eating that sketty. I don't know. He looks a little too young.
Yeah. You can only tell.
State of the art in like 2022 or whatever it was, 23.
I think it was late 22 where the Will Smith stuff came out, or maybe it was early 23. It really hasn't been long.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a few years ago, around the pandemic. I would kind of remember stuff like that happening.
Post that, dude, because that ended as soon as the media shifted the narrative to Ukraine. It died in a day. Remember that?
Movie CGI peaked maybe around Endgame or maybe just prior to that. It's not as good now as it used to be because I think projects are so rushed and those teams, they don't want to spend the money or I don't know what. But whenever I watch new stuff and I see the CGI, I'm usually like, okay, this is like shit. Like
I Googled it. The image of Will Smith eating spaghetti that became a widely circulated meme was a deliberately poor quality AI-generated video in March of 23. It was decidedly not state-of-the-art at the time. It was shared as an example of limitations of early public access AI tools. They deliberately distorted more facial features, unnatural jerky movements, spaghetti that resembled shoelaces dipped in wax, etc. So yeah, that wasn't as good as it didn't actually improve that much in 2 years. That narrative is just a little.
I don't know though. I didn't see any other like good
Sora is so good.
This tier. That's because you couldn't tell the good ones were fake.
It's gotten good enough where I've had to have the conversation with my parents about, like, if you see me doing a makeup tutorial coming out to the world that I'm a homosexual, it's Sora AI, because that's what they did with like Jake Paul, all of these makeup tutorials. Yeah. I'm like, if you see that with me, just confirm before you start telling the family that I'm now gay.
I am the parent. I'm like, hey Taylor, check out this news, and he's like, Woody.
So I've already had the conversation with my parents, like, check in with
Woody,
me.
I hate to tell you, but a Taco Bell is not a restaurant. I don't even know what arrangement that picture.
Here's like a quick like top 5 best Sora AI videos. Little thing
we could show. Okay, I won't even click it. I'm not going to click it.
Yeah.
Well, what if one of the demons we're summoning to create AI images comes for us? Because we didn't.
That's a good. That's not bad.
Isn't that a pretty good little thing? I just made that up. Obviously, I made it up, but like that. Yeah. That's a.
You have created a vessel for me.
Yes. Yeah. Now, I like that. It'd be a good movie. Okay. Delete this, Jack. We're gonna write it.
It's close. Turn it off.
Turn it off. We're gonna become movie men.
It comes out just after Woody's laugh.
That one I mentioned last week, where it's just the enormously jacked, the guy who looks like Juggernaut but 3 times as big from that X-Men movie, chained up, and then the judge is like, "You're sentenced to 1 million years in prison," and then all the boomers commenting, being like, "Whoa, that guy's a ruffian, you can tell." And it's like, what are you talking about? He's 11 feet tall and as wide as the building. Like, do you think that they actually had 50 cops standing around with guns pointed at him in the courthouse?
I want to see that one. That sounds interesting to me.
They're funny.
It clearly fake.
It's so clearly fake. The comments are what's funny.
Yeah. You sent me that one the other day of the gigantic football player just running over everybody. And it's like, instantly you're like, that's fake. But you said on Facebook, people were just like, "Whoa, what a bruiser. Hope Alabama gets him. Roll Tide."
Dude, it's these guys who are, no joke, 8, 9, 1,100 pounds wearing a jersey with all this blub, and they're running at 100 miles an hour, and like the refs are bouncing off them, the players are. If you just look at the ground, the lines on the field don't even line up correctly. The perspectives don't make sense. But then I'd read comments, and it would be some guy and it would be part of the clip is this giant 900-pound man bumping into and like making a referee go flying. And the guy's like, "Man, zebra better keep his head on a swivel." It's like, this isn't real.
And then, like, from an artistic point of view, I mean, I don't care because I make like just talking videos to the camera, but it's got to suck for like a Freddie W that puts in who knows how many hours of effort into creating all of these special effects with the talent that he has, that he went to school for, and then just some dude can just put in a prompt on Sora AI and get 10 times the views based on like the effort that Freddie W puts in. From that perspective, like the creative perspective, and those that actually are talented, man, this has to suck. Eventually, I think AI will come for like the us of the world, where AI will be able to put together a solid podcast and a solid conversation together. But I still think it's a little bit far away. We've seen those clips of AI podcasts, but there's still something uncanny and wrong about AI podcasts. It's not there yet, but crazy shit like, the 10-foot player from Alabama, hey, we just signed this guy, Roll Tide. Those aren't bad. Like, they do the job in terms of like being cool and entertaining.
Yeah.